Hey guys, today I'm here to bring you my review of Fantastic Four, and I'm gonna cut to the chase. This movie was awful. Every bad thing that everyone has said about this movie is true. It's terrible, and I'm just gonna go right into this. And first of all, before the movie even came out, I was actually kind of looking forward to it. Because after I saw the the teaser trailer, I was actually, wow, that actually looks good. And then the second trailer was a bit iffy, but I was still like, hope, please be good, please be good. And then reviews started trickling in, mostly negative, and yeah, so I went in this movie with very low expectations. And you know what? My expectations were even lowered because everything in this movie was just bad. Everything in this movie sucked. First of all, let's get to the acting. The acting was really, it wasn't good. And that's the thing, none of it was outright awful, but it wasn't good because the writing in this movie was just so bad. It's like there was no interesting dialogue for the characters to work with, just, there was nothing for anybody to work with. None of the actors were good. Miles Teller wasn't good. Michael B. Jordan wasn't good. Mara and Jamie Bell, they weren't good either. But then again, they barely even had any screen time, so it didn't even matter. Toby Kebbell wasn't good. Now I have to say, the only one that was okay was the actor, I can't remember his name, who played Franklin Storm, Sue, and Johnny's dad. But even that, he wasn't great, but he wasn't bad, yeah. I mean, none of the actors even seemed like they were trying. It's like not like they didn't have anything good to work with. Also, there's no chemistry. They were all. It was also it all looked so awkward. Like didn't have any chemistry. Also, there was no character development, and you know how I feel about that term when people bring it up all their reviews. I can't stand it. Though I do bring it up sometimes myself, but only when it's completely necessary. And there's no character development in this movie. Everyone was the same going in, the same going out. Just, yeah. Also, the humor did not work. The humor, none of the jokes hit at all. I mean, sometimes people around me laughed, but I didn't laugh once. I didn't even crack a smile. Just the humor fell flat. Also the look of the movie is so dull. It's so boring. And that's the thing, I wouldn't have minded the look of the movie if the dialogue had been interesting or had there been awesome action scenes. But yeah, it was so dull, and the CGI was not very good. There's this one scene of Miles Teller, fiddling around with his powers, and it looked terrible. Doctor Doom, he looked horrible. His costume was so bad. I can't even. And yeah, also the first 2/3 of this movie were so boring. Nothing happened. I almost fell asleep a few times. And then this last third of this movie was so rushed. Wait, what? All these events happened, and it didn't make sense, and it just was so rushed. And then the ending of this movie was so lame. Ugh. This movie, nothing in this movie worked. Even if I did find something redeeming, even if I found something slightly redeeming, I'm still not giving this movie any points for that. Nothing in this movie worked. It's not good CGI, a weak villain, one action scene that wasn't even entertaining, not so good acting, boring dialogue, humor did not work. Just everything about this movie freaking sucked. And I have to say, Fantastic Four is the worst comic book movie I've ever seen in my life. Now, be in mind, I have not seen Catwoman or Daredevil, and I haven't seen Batman and Robin in a long time, but at least from what I've heard about Batman and Robin, at least it's funny. But this movie Oh, I have to say, I'm apologizing to Ant-Man. You know, I complained that the humor did not work for me, but at least there were a few jokes that did hit, and at least when the jokes didn't work, they just didn't work. They didn't fall flat on their face. And Avengers too. I want to apologize even more to you, because at least I had very interesting characters to see on screen. At least I cared about them, you know, and they had so much chemistry. Just yeah. But seriously, like, but the thing is, I don't blame Josh Trank or any of the actors or the writer for this, because obviously a lot of people at Fox had their hands in this, and just there are so many people putting their hands to this that it was ruined. Like, Josh Trank himself hates this movie. Like, yeah. And also, this Fantastic Four has only made $26 million this weekend, which is not good. So I'm praying that there will not be a sequel. But yeah, seriously. If there's a sequel, I will not be seeing this. Just, no. So basically, Fantastic Four, it is the worst movie of the year. I know. Worse than Lardass 2. Or Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. But the thing that different and that makes this Fantastic Four slightly worse than Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 is that Paul Blart Mall Cop 2 was always going to be terrible, but Fantastic Four had so much talent behind it, the cast, the director, the writer, but it was all wasted, and so yeah, that's what makes this movie worse than Lardass 2 for me. So, basically, I'm giving this movie a 0 out of 10. It is horrible. Do not see it. Don't watch it when it comes out on DVD. Just don't even think about this movie. And also, honestly, yeah, either, if they ever think of doing this movie again, either give it over to Marvel or make it into a TV show, because obviously it's not working out with Fox. So, yeah, this movie was... So, at the end of the day, this movie was awful, and I stand by my 0 out of 10. It is horrible. It is the worst movie of the year. I do not recommend you see it at all. I hated every minute of it. Even though the opening scene wasn't that bad, still, yeah. This movie is, it's horrible. It's worse than Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. I'm telling you. It sucks. So, yeah. Tell me what you thought about this movie if you've seen it, and also my next movie review will be of The Gift, and then I do plan on doing another video this evening, so look forward to that. So yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.